Say hi. Hello. I'm not gonna wave. Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the channel today. We're just gonna wait and see if we get anyone else here on the live today. So we're gonna wait a couple of minutes. Yeah. So if you have any questions, post them in the chat. We're gonna answer them today. Let me know if the chat is working. Just saying hi in the chat. What zone you live in? Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can post in the chat, please, by saying what zone you're in and also post your question. Hello. Say hello. Say hi. Yeah, I know it's working. Say hi. Say hi. Say wave. We're not gonna wave. You were just waving. There you go. Wave. He says hi. If you have any gardening questions, please post them in the chat. Let me know if you have any issues with your garden, if you have a how to prune a tree, how to grow a citrus or fruit tree, how to grow vegetables. Yes, hit the like button, please. Whatever gardening question you have, let me know. Yes, you did it right. Welcome everyone who's coming in. I'm glad to see you all. Basically, mama of three, we want to go ahead and water again on Sunday. This Sunday coming up. I believe that is the 20th. I think. Yeah. So if you did it today, you want to do it on Sunday again. Okay. And also, you can go ahead and get your fertilizer as well, and give it just a cup full of fertilizer for that tree as well. We talked about before. So you can go ahead and give it because it's gonna be hungry. Yeah. You know what Daddy did with his. Yeah. Oh, this is your phone, dude. Yeah, that's your phone. Where's Daddy from? Oh, you don't know? Yeah. Oh, okay. He's telling me you don't know. Say yeah, agree. Yeah. So say hello, everybody. Welcome. Also, you may need a frost blanket for your tree as well. Or you can use a sheet for the fall winter months. When you get your first frost. When you get very cold, you might need a frost blanket, but you can't use a old raggedy sheet or those old classic LED LED bulbs from the 1960s. Some heat bulbs, not the new version, but the old school version. You can't do that, but you can just use a sheet as well because the leaves get tender. Really, and for those who are growing citrus, they don't understand that a lot of people. What I just explained to Mama of Three, you basically really want to also protect the root system of that tree when you're growing fruit trees and citrus. That's very important. So mulch, what we call mulch, is really called a blanket in nature when growing your fruit trees and even perennial vegetables and stuff like that. You want like leaves, dried leaves that's fallen from the ground, and also and also like shredded fine bark or that real bark or wood chips. And by the way, guys, I know this is a virtual dinner party. So, what are you guys having for dinner, or what did you have for dinner? Let me know in the chat, please. I'm gonna tell you guys what we had in a minute, but I want to make sure that I want to know what you guys have for dinner today because this is a virtual dinner party. Yeah, and I didn't want to eat while I was on live, so I ate already. So excuse me for not actually eating in front of you guys, but I want to be very respectful and not and be polite and have some etiquette and not eat in front of y'all. Say hello. This is your phone, Samsung. Yeah. So what did you guys eat? No one's saying anything. I guess nobody ate yet. Is it too late to eat actually? It's about six. Yeah. Oh, it is too late to eat. Really? Any other questions, guys? Let me get my cell so that if I, just in case I have a question in there, I can actually answer. You're fine. I'm coming with you. I got you. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Ouch. That hurts. Okay. Here's your phone. Here's my phone. And we're gonna. So, any more questions, guys? We have a question. Okay. What? So, since no one is actually saying anything, I'm going to go ahead and just try to um, uh, just answer some questions for you guys if just to give you some help with your gardening. So, if you're a first time gardener, guys, growing in the ground, one thing you do want to do if your soil has not been tested, get your soil tested first, especially when you're growing like the perennial crops such as your fruit trees uh, and also if you're growing with your vegetables. A lot of people don't know when you grow in the ground. So for out here, I'm gonna talk about where we are. We're in Zone 9B, and Zone 9B is basically like almost a year-round growing season. That's what we have basically out here in the Central Valley of California. When you go below that number from 10 and below, it gets a little bit cooler. And when you grow in the ground, sometimes we don't realize that with certain vegetables that is important, especially to start seed your seeds at a certain time. So it's best to get you a seed starting calendar or a chart. It's a different name terminologies, but I'm using it. I'm saying it the best way I can to remember in my head. But it's best to get a seed start a calendar, when to start your seeds indoors and when to start your plant starts. Or sometimes it says an S or a P, or sometimes they give you a graph with a different color chart stating what to plant inside the house and what to plant directly from in the ground or as a plant start itself. He's showing me his phone, y'all. He's excited about the phone. And one thing you want to do to make sure you do, if you're going from seed, you want to make sure that you first purchase the food that you like, the produce that you like. If you like for your fall winter months, since we're going to the fall winter month, if you like turnips, get your beets, get your carrots, get your Brussels sprouts, your artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke, those things, and started your brassicas, which is your broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. There's different varieties of broccoli, different varieties of cabbage, different varieties of kale. different varieties of asparagus, different varieties of let's say beans. All right. Um, every month is you're supposed to grow something from that seed starting chart or calendar. And I know I'm not saying the right terminology, but this is the way I can remember. Again, for those who that just not popping up, thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button and share that we are live with one of your friends. We're not going to be on here long because I know that it is a work week, a school week, and everyone has been on their laptops all day and computers and desktops and tablets and whatnot, even phones. And so I want to be respectful of everyone's time. If you have not eaten yet, please do me a favor. If you have eaten or had or already have eaten or did not eat, let me know what you have for dinner. We had today. We had leftover spaghetti that I made yesterday. It's my week to cook, so me and Lady NJ we take turns, and that's a blessing for us. So to switch off, to give a break, and that's so it's my week, and I already cooked dinner for tomorrow, and I made a Indian vegetarian curry with sweet potatoes and red potato just to give some color, nice color contrast, broccoli, cauliflower, a lot of garlic, and moringa. For those who don't know, we have a moringa tree that we're growing in container, and we added the dry leaves from that we dried. Ooh, you excited? Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I can't wait. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. He's the look, y'all see he wants the attention. Here you go. And so that's what I made for dinner with carrots for tomorrow. So that's gonna be a nice meal for us tomorrow. And I'll have to cook for probably another 2 days. So that's great. Or 3 days, depending on how long it lasts. Uh, and I will be making a side of biscuits, buttermilk biscuits, with that, just because. Uh, and no dessert this time, but that's to be our dinner. We're gonna have comfort food and chill out and relax and enjoy. But back to the original program. If anyone have any questions, again, please place it in the comments about gardening, whatever it can be, whether you're growing in the ground or in containers. Please write them in the chat so I can actually answer your questions. And little NG over here is giving me the business right now. But so what I was saying was that it is very important to follow your seed starting chart. A lot of people can start early, and some can start late, and that is okay. The earlier you start, the better indoors. Uh, for us, we started our broccoli in July, and then it died on us inside. And because it got too hot where we had uh our seed starting area, and it just withered away. So I said, forget it. And our focus and our garden is basically based on what we love to eat. We love broccoli, uh, but I decided not to go ahead and reseed those, and instead just give us some more yield of collard greens and mustard greens and turnips and beets, those type of greens, because guess what we eat, and we also juice, and we're also growing spinach. We're not growing a lot for our fall winter garden season this year, but we're growing enough for just for us, and that's very important. So the next thing you want to do when growing in the ground, like I told you, after you got to get your soil tested and you start your season indoors, you want to go ahead and okay, he want to kiss me, y'all. I'm sorry. He's showing his love and affection towards me. He loves his daddy and mommy. Yes, thank you, son. Thank you. I love you too. Yeah, he checks. Yeah. hmm Excuse me, y'all. But okay, okay. Thank you, son. Thank you. I love you. Daddy love you. Yeah. I love you. Yes, yes. Um, so basically that's one of the things he gonna keep doing it, y'all. I'm sorry. That's one thing you want to do after you get your soil tested, guys. You want to make sure that you get some amendments, especially if you're growing in like a clay soil. Um, and for us, we have clay soil out here, and so it needs a lot of amending. I have a video coming out. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but the new video coming out this week, weekend during the weekend or Friday night or even over the weekend. And I dug in the ground, and I was like, "Ooh, this is." I already knew how our soil was, but I mean, when it's dry and have not been watered, it is horrible, y'all. Like literally. And so I see why a lot of people here in the Central Valleys don't really like to grow in the ground, but use raised beds. And one thing you can do is basically get you some compost. A lot of compost you can use in earthworm castings, and this is a great time to collect your leaves that has fallen off your trees. If leaves already have started to fall off your trees, go ahead and collect those leaves. Not just use it as a mulch, but you also could amend it with your soil, and it will break down and become a great fertilizer for your vegetables that you're growing this autumn and winter and the rest of the year growing season. So that's key. Any questions, guys? I don't want to talk, a lot. Please, let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna wait for a minute. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Um. We will be doing another live next month, and so we will let you know when we will do another live. Um. In a few weeks, we have to look at our calendar to make sure it's clear and what day we have room to do a live. Okay, so another thing that you want to do for the fall and winter, because we're going to a new season, I want to try to stay on this in this area here. That when growing brassicas, you get a lot of cabbage moths and a lot of those cabbage uh, caterpillars and whatnot that eat on the leaves, and you get aphids. So a nice protection to use for that is Agrabah, which is like a frost blanket. And what many people do, whether growing in the ground or in containers or raised beds, they use this white fabric that looked like a sheer curtain. And that's what they use, and they'll cover it. Now, the best time to do that is in the fall winter months. But what you really should do is coat it the ground if you're going to ground or in containers before you actually place it on there with a white PVC pipe, because it is a way you can actually you can take a white 3x4 and close it that way. But if you don't have rebar, you could dig a hole and still do the same thing, but it might not be sturdy. But once you have it together as a U shape, and you have multiple to actually place on there, you can take you some neem oil before you do anything. Need some neem oil spray that area of the ground and on your brassicas, so that the cabbage worm won't actually, you know, eat up everything. Because most of the time, those cabbage worms are really not on top. They actually are on the in the back of the leaves, and they look green, like a yellowish green color. And usually, a cabbage moth, once it's mature enough, as it breaks out of the cocoon and whatnot, the egg, whatever, it actually starts to. It looks white. Okay, that's a cabbage moth, which is like a butterfly, really, but they just say moth to make it nice and cute. Let's see what else I want to say. So another thing for protection, like I just told you, was neem oil. Some people make their own oils by using water with extracts. Is the extracts? Yeah, it is extracts. Extracts, and which is peppermint oil, extract with it's oil, but peppermint with garlic, essential oils. Sorry, there you go, essential oil. Oh, well, I'm thinking about extract. I'm thinking about culinary. Sorry. Essential oils. So some people make use their own essential oils, which is like peppermint, pure 100% pure oil, essential oil, peppermint, garlic essential oil. Some people use citrus essential oil, or if you don't want to use those, what can be expensive, you can actually make your own with your own citrus. So you can take canola oil, vegetable oil that you don't use in the kitchen. You don't want to use any olive oil because it's too strong. You want to use something that's light that you're not going to use in your kitchen uh, or for your food. But you can use that if you're not going to use it at all, and you can take some of that with and let it take the peel of a lemon, orange, and garlic clove, right? And spearmint or peppermint, something strong, you want peppermint, and let it sit for like at least 2 weeks or more. And as those oils extract, you want to go ahead once you get it all and you shake it in a mason jar or some type of jar you put it in. You want to go. It don't matter how much you can use as much as you want. You can even use fresh rosemary, squeeze it, and then put it in there and let it the oils work into the aromatic infusion. And once you do that, you go ahead, take your water, a spray bottle with water, take a little bit of that oil. Now that's now almost like an essential oil, but it's not. It's a bootleg essential oil, and then you spray it at night on your brassicas. Even you could do it even on your fruit trees. If you got certain ants and pests like that that's on your stuff, you can do it that way. Okay. Uh, that's how you can protect your brassicas. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Anything about citrus you guys want to talk about? Anything that you want to talk about regarding fruit trees or vegetables? Let me know. It's good to see everyone. I hope you guys having a great week. Another thing, if you are not gonna grow anything this year for the fall, winter months, no matter if you're in the East Coast, the West Coast, in a different country, how do you basically prep your soil for the next growing season? What is what you do? A lot of people that is growing in the ground, what they do is they basically till the soil with a tiller, or they do it by hand with a Brad fork. It's like a big flow fork, and they use their feet to actually aerate the soil and pull it up on, and they start using their hand tools like the hoe and all the other stuff that they use to do that way if they're not going to use a tiller. If you want to prep your soil for the next season, you can in the ground, especially I'm talking about the ground today, more than containers. What you can do is basically get a roller tiller from your local Home Depot, Lowe's, or I don't think Walmart sells it, but or AC Moore, or whoever sells a tiller. Rent it out if you don't own one. Till the soil, make it all fluffy and whatnot. Once you till it up and remove the rocks, because sometimes there are rocks in the soil that we don't know about, you can go ahead and use your some people might use like a planting mix, but if you don't want to use none of that, you can use compost. And you can go to your municipality and call them and ask them about getting compost by the yard. Be careful with make sure that that compost is legit. Don't have any chemicals in it. Do your research before you get any manure compost. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Welcome to the live dinner virtual live Q&A question garden questions that uh we're answering today. I'm just going over a little stuff for some people. Not too many questions today, but it's still a great day to be on. What I was saying was, if you're growing the ground, you can rent a tiller from your local store, your local Home Depot, Lowe's, or AC Moore, or whatnot. Till the soil up, and then add your compost. If you want to get it by the yard, you can call a local company or call your municipality and ask them where can you find compost by the yard, and make sure it really is organic. Make sure you know what's in that compost. Talk to your local neighbors that have a garden. Your community garden people that also they might even have compost for free. So um, you can do that. Add layers of compost and then your compost. Or you can, if you want to do none of that at all, and lay a tarp on it, you and just leave it for the let it sit out. Lay a tarp on it so the weeds can grow at all. You don't want to weeds, so if people lay a tarp. That's another reason why. That's how you kill weeds and grass. You can go ahead and basically use a cover crop, and I love cover crop. Now, for those who don't know about cover crop is basically can be your nitrogen, your carbon. And what happens with that, you can basically use like clover. You can find clover. It's called, some people call it your soil builder or soil cereals, which is like your rye, your wheat, your oats. It's certain wheats that you should grow as a cover crop. Peas, um, beans. Sometimes you use beans, just plain on beans like you get from grocery store because it's nitrogen. Oats. Let's see what else you can use. Buckwheat. We used buckwheat last year. Now, mind you, I grow in containers, and yes, you can go grow your cover crops in your containers. How? All you got to do is get your soil builder from your local nursery or order it. You can get it on from Rare Seeds. No, you get it from I believe it's M.I. Gardner. He sells it. Johnny Seeds sell it, I believe. These are some seed companies online. I don't know if Rare Seeds, if Baker Creek sells it or not, but those are only two I do know that actually sell it. Another company called Peaceful Valley also sells vegetables and flowers. These are all the companies that sell vegetables, flowers, and cover crop. And cover crop is important. If you don't want to do all the hard work and you just want to plant some seeds because you're not planting for the fall winter months or the spring summer month, go ahead and use some cover crop. Fava beans. Fava beans is another great soil builder. Okay. If you're not gonna grow this year because it's too cold and you don't want to be outside in the cold, you still can have a garden, guys. You can still have a garden, no matter what. Even if you live in zone 5B or zone 4 or zone 1. Let's be real. I don't. It's probably not zone 1, but that's river cold, right? But it's zone 1. But zone 5, zone 4, zone 3, zone 6, zone 7. As you go up, it gets hotter. So you still have a chance of growing your food in the ground or even in containers. You can build a cold frame, okay, if you're growing in the ground, like a little, almost like a greenhouse, okay, but it's on the ground. You can do that, and you can grow food in the greenhouse, okay. There's numerous ways of growing in the greenhouse as well. So if there are any questions, please post them in the chat, please, so I can answer your questions. I would love to, guys. Let me know if you have any questions and what you're growing this fall and winter. If anyone is growing anything, I would like to know what you're growing. It'll be uh, if you're growing vegetables, you're on your first fruit tree. It'll be nice to know what you're growing for the first time or for repeated for the fall winter months or for the spring for next year. And even though if you're just now starting your fall garden, is a great idea, guys, to actually start and go ahead and uh, basically start collecting your seeds for the spring and summer right now. Though that you're already starting a new season, you want to go ahead and write your list down and make it plain. Oh, that is great, Miss Cheryl. Yeah, you got to grow year round. You got to grow. If you no excuses when it comes to growing your own produce, your own food for the home. Um, I believe that it's very important to grow food year round. Like it definitely is. Yeah. Out here, I going on. I want to make sure that we have something because we still do buy from the grocery store. Okay, my connection is all right. We're back. We're back. My connection was kind of acting up, so I'm sorry about that. But I was saying that we're trying to grow year round as well. We can grow year round because we're in Zone 9B here in the Central Valley of California, and we're just trying to grow what we love to eat. At first when I started gardening, like literally, like I have old pictures of how my garden used to look, and we came a long way. Um, and I just decided I was going kind of cray cray at the first time, well, as gardening for on my own for the first time because I am an experienced gardener, but this to do for my own. I would kind of buck wild getting purchasing a lot of stuff that we. If you're a first time gardener, I would say just grow what you love to eat. Don't grow anything, no any vegetables that you don't love to eat. Um, but we're trying we're growing collards this year, mustard greens, spinach. Those are a couple of things that we're growing this year, guys. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell the rest because I wanted it to be a surprise. What's wrong, son? Let me excuse me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Any other questions, guys? I would love to hear from you of what you want to do, even for the spring. Oh, so if you grow in, while I'm talking, if you're right, and I'm gonna look down, but I want to also mention container gardening too as well. You could do the same thing with cover crops and containers as you could do in the ground. With containers, uh, all you if you want to amend your soil in containers, you could use compost and earthworm castings as well. You could use leaves as well as your mulch. If you don't want to use wood chips or earthworm castings as mulch, you could do that as well. You can also use cover crop to if you want to amend your soil. If you want to grow things for the year and you just want to leave it alone and you don't want to use fertilizer for your containers or even in the ground, you could do the same thing. And here he goes. Say hello. Okay, you sticking your tongue out. Say yes. Yes. Yeah, yeah. This little NJ, y'all. This little NJ from our son. He's doing well. He's keeping us busy. And that's cool. Um, but any more questions? We're gonna end it here. I don't want to keep you guys too late tonight. Oh, and also if you have not even canned anything, thank you, Miss Cheryl. Thank you. If you have not canned, I need you to go to Miss Lady Cheryl's Organic Food Forest because she is a master at canning. So if you don't know how to can, please go to her channel. I don't talk about canning. I do know how to can, but I learned when I was in culinary school about canning and pressure canning and doing a water bath method and all that kind of stuff, making my on preserving food. And if you did not know, Miss Cheryl, another way to preserve food is doing a salt preserve method. There's also a salt preserve, which is kind of like the medieval time of preserving food, like fish and certain meats and stuff. It's some terminology they use. I don't remember, but here's your phone. Hey, I got daddy's phone. That's another way to preserve, and that's with meats and fish, not necessarily like your vegetables, but that's another way. But please go to her channel because she does pickling. She does all types of canning with applesauce and uh she does meats like chicken and uh cat I believe she did some other fruits and stuff. So please, if you want to learn about canning, she has a lot of information. And also another person who also has a lot of information about canning and preserving is Homestead Hart. She's also another master canner that cans. food if you want interested about that. They also garden. They have a food forest and uh a food forest, and also Miss Homestead has a homestead. Homestead. So please follow them. You also can follow Lead Farmer 73 because he also cans and he also has a nice garden and orchard as well. And he also cans. So there's a lot of people I'm telling you that cans and does well and know their stuff. I don't talk about it a lot about those things, but they know their stuff, and I want you guys to also support them as I do. I won't send you to anyone who don't know what they're talking about. What they don't, I'm telling y'all, I don't do that. I don't want to do that to anyone. Uh, but if you don't have any more questions, we're gonna go ahead and go. I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us tonight. I know I did not put a premiere a link up for this, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported. If you're not growing something, don't be afraid to grow your own food. No matter if you don't know how to grow and from seed or growing in ground or in containers, you can do it. If you want to grow in containers, all you got to do is get you some storage containers, some 5 gallon food grade buckets. There's no excuses in growing your own food, whether it's salad mix, whether it is your fall winter vegetables like your broccoli, your cabbage, your salad mix. What else we have? We have kale, spinach, turnips, rutabagas, beets. These things can be grown in containers as well as the ground. There's no excuses to supplying your own food. Or and yes, we can help the grocery stores by purchasing these things so they can stay open for those who can't, who are handicapped and disabled, or But there's no excuses. None of us have a black thumb. We all have green thumbs. God created us in His image and likeness, and we know how to do this. This is what our ancestors have done for years, but we just got away from it. But I would love for everyone to share what their experiences in gardening. There's nothing wrong with it. Just try it. The best is yet to come. You're destined for greatness. You just got to put in the work and just know that you can do it. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence not seen. Believe and receive, and you shall see a return. Sow the seed, and you shall see a return. I'm NJ Kelly Gardner. Thank you all for watching. There's a lot of information I would love to give, but I am not because it's a weeknight, and I want everyone to get some rest. It's been a long night, a long day for us. I'm NJ Kelly Gardner. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, we will see you next one, and we will post a video letting you guys know when we will do another live next month in the month of October. We'll see you again soon. Ciao. Peace.